What's up, world? Welcome back to Charge the Game podcast. And whose fault is it now? Laker Nation, who are you going to blame? Most importantly, who is your daddy? What's up with y'all, man? I hope everybody's good, man. We got a lot to uncover in this quick clip, on the Lakers. We already knew this was coming. But before I continue to talk about this, I want to ask you guys to do me a huge favor. Hit the like button, get your boy in these algorithms, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel so you guys can receive future content. Now, guys, let's hear it. Bron-sexual fans. I've been seeing a lot of rage on the interweb, the Twitter, the Instagrams, and you guys had to see this coming. It's the same blueprint with LeBron James. What LeBron James is going to do is CYA. You know what CYA stands for? Cover your ass. You guys saw what he did with Cleveland the first run, the second run, Miami, and now Laker Nation. Which, Jeannie Buss, man, I cannot stress enough how disappointed I am in Jeannie Buss for allowing this man to take over this organization. And the media places no responsibility on LeBron James. But here on this channel, you guys already know how I get down, man. I'm going to tell the blatant truth. I'm going to be honest with everything I've seen over the years of LeBron James. And you guys had to know that LeBron James already knew that they were not going to win this series. So what does he do? He shows off in spurts to stat pad, get his numbers. And by getting his numbers, you saw Paul Pierce say this on Undisputed. LeBron James getting his numbers, guys, it hurts the team. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not a group effort, because he's stat padding, right? And we saw that case tonight, right? Especially the second half. We already know that Mike Malone is going to make his adjustments. And what did I tell you guys? The whole flip-flop scandal that the Lakers pulled, holding the equipment bus. I told you guys Mike Malone was going to be out for vengeance. You see what I'm saying? Because he already knew what time it was. They had to come and play in his altitude. You had to see how gassed, they were in game 1 and 2. And now that their lungs have recalibrated back to Los Angeles, which the team is very comfortable with, now it has to recalibrate back to Denver, and now it's going to go in their favor. They're going to get behind the home crowd and give you the results that you guys just saw. And I'm just going to be curious to see who the media places blame on. Let me guess, D'Angelo Russell, of course, right? Darvin Ham, of course, right? I was listening to Kwame Brown, and this brother, man, you have to think about it. He played with Michael, Jeffrey Jordan, and Kobe Bean Bryant. And he goes all in on LeBron James. I mean, not go all in a good way. He goes in on LeBron James and saying that he isn't a GOAT. And the same thing I've been preaching, man. You see him say, oh, it's just basketball, right? It's just basketball, when we know that Kobe Bean Bryant would have been whooping ass and taking names in that locker room. He would have ran all of the wrong people off of the team. You know what I mean? And I just told you guys, man, it's hard to play for a guy like LeBron James, man, because one thing he's going to do, he's going to blame you, and you're going to get blamed by the media, right? How does one man pick and choose who is going to be on the team, who he wants to play with? When it doesn't go his way, he throws a fit. He lets the media drag them. I want you guys to look at what Anthony Edwards did. This guy is 22 years old. It's no coincidence that everybody is comparing this guy to Michael, Jeffrey Jordan, and Kobe Bean Bryant. I sat and watched the whole Phoenix Suns Timberwolves series, and I saw this kid last night, guys. I saw him rallying his troops. The OGs bending over to listen to everything he's saying. Take heed to what he was saying. Giving this guy the head now because he is the star of the team. And not only that, he leads by example. He wants to kill. So you think LeBron James fan base is crazy? Wait until Anthony Edwards breaks through and get a title or two. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to be diehard fans, because the Timberwolves isn't even my team. Guess what, guys? I ordered me an Anthony Edwards jersey today just because I'm a fan. I'm a believer in guys. And that's what the NBA tried to do with Ja Morant. They wanted to put him. He has the attitude. And if I'm Ja Morant, I'm looking at this like, man, it must suck not to be being discussed right now. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the Zion Williamses, the Ja Morants, Anthony Edwards has broken through, man. And I love the way that he has a supportive team, and he makes his teammates feel involved. You know what I mean? I saw him giving Cat his props, the 28 points that Cat dropped, letting Cat know to stay out of foul trouble. You can see him mouthing like, man, I need you. Like, don't stop fouling. That's what a leader does. And you see that his team reflects his identity. They're not ducking anyone. They're not scared. And I do believe that they're going to give the Denver Nuggets a run for their money. I think it's going to boil down to the coach. That's what it's going to boil down to, who gets out-coached in their next series, because I do believe a superstar in Anthony Edwards has arrived. But nonetheless, man, let's get back to the Los Angeles Lakers. You know what I mean? I know that a lot of people mentally, you got to think about the mindset going into this game. Not only do you have the pressure of playing alongside LeBron James, you got the pressure of not knowing where your NBA future or career is going to end up. Because we know that 9 times out of 10, D'Lo is going to be out, right? And that's hard, man. You know, like, it's hard to show up and ball out for a guy who you know is still going to trade you. Even if the Lakers win a championship and by some type of luck, the basketball gods allowed them to brutally beat the Denver Nuggets, LeBron James will still see about D'Angelo Russell being traded. That's for sure. But I think the Lakers have to look at this thing, and I know you guys keep seeing me drop these videos, man. They're going to have to look at this thing, and literally they got to blow the whole thing up, because it's always somebody else's fault. And Jeannie Buss, you had the blueprint. Jeannie Buss, your dad showed you from kid to now how to run that organization, how much the organization meant to you. Laker Nation has to be devastated, man, and there has to be some type of change. I've never seen the media, the whole world, quiver before one man like this, who didn't even have the presence of a killer. That's the bad part about it. Like, this isn't a Kobe Bean Bryant, a Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Those guys are legit. I think they'll just like straight rock a fan, like punch a fan, if it came down to it, because they were that aggressive. LeBron James is a passive aggressive man. He wants to be buddy with everyone, and he wants everybody to show up. You know what I mean? And give him his praise when he's winning, but when he's losing, it's everybody else's fault. How does that work? I just don't understand. And they say that this is the most heavily scrutinized athlete ever. Get out of here. They do everything but scrutinize LeBron James. Skip Bayless is the only one who is on record to this day of scrutinizing LeBron James from beginning until now. And that's why a lot of people who hate Skip Bayless, I actually respect, because if you're not going to like a guy, you're going to not like him for being himself. And I can appreciate that. It's the fake, phony media that I have a problem with. You know, like Stephen A. Smith calling the NBA, I guess, commissioner or something like that on Russell Westbrook. And Kendrick Perkins didn't even like back up. You're a former NBA player. You didn't support Russell Westbrook at all. And you played with Russell Westbrook, Kendrick Perkins. That's lunacy to me. How does a guy in LeBron James, right, when he's winning, he's the best player in the world, but when he's losing, he's old? This is the same guy who wants a 3-year, $150 million extension or something like that. But you guys don't think that a guy who's demanding that money should be viewed as old? But when he's losing, that's the only time it matters. Oh, he's old. Well, if you're old, why don't you take a back seat? Why don't you take a pay cut? You know what I'm saying? You took a pay cut once in your life, I believe, with the Miami Heat, and he said never again. But LeBron James has to realize that, man, you're in a position that a lot of people aren't. Yes, you have deep pockets. Yes, you have businesses everywhere. And on top of that, you have the league in your pocket through Clutch Sports. I think it'll be okay for LeBron James to take a $5 to $8 million discount, you know what I'm saying, and allow greatness to come around him, because that's what he needs. LeBron James is so busy trying to be known for the person that's the system, that's doing everything, coaching on the floor, coaching off the floor, regulating, to where he'll never be able to win. You will never be able to win without a winning head coach. You see Mike Malone, you see the coach from the Minnesota Timberwolves, you see how the New York Knicks play. Man, your team has to play behind the coach first, and it's up to the superstar talent. Anthony Davis is LeBron James' co-pilot, and he gets scrutinized heavily. I don't even see how Anthony Davis can, honest to God, sit at a press conference next to LeBron James sometime, because you guys have to know that LeBron James is always fearing Anthony Davis for, the lightest scratch that he's getting. And yes, AD isn't an aggressive person or personality, but man, he shows up, man, best he can. Let's say at least this season he did. And when he did that, I guess Laker Nation kind of got off his back a little bit. But you see all these role players, man. The role players can only do so much, man. It's up to the superstars. Michael Jordan was not able to get away with this. Kobe Bean Bryant was not able to get away with this. There was a time in Kobe Bean Bryant where he was being heavily scrutinized. But man, he showed up and gave his all. He would never utter the words, "It's just basketball," because he didn't play it. Those were actually fighting words to him. The shit that LeBron James said at the podium the other day, that it's just basketball. If somebody says that to Kobe, they just need to put their guard up, because most likely he's gonna swing on you for thinking that. You know what I'm saying? This is things that have changed a lot of people's life, a lot of generational wealth to be passed down. It's more than just basketball. And for the guy that people look at like a GOAT to say that is exactly why he does not deserve to be in the semifinals or the Western Conference Finals. I'm sorry, man. Kudos to the Denver Nuggets for showing up. And another reason I'm happy that the Lakers are kind of out of this is because it's time to shed the light on the right people that deserve to be talked about. We can't keep talking about LeBron James and his shortcomings and his success. It's sucking out the oxygen throughout the rooms for all of these great young talents that need to be discussed. And I cannot help but revert to what Kevin Durant said about it's being toxic around LeBron James. It's very toxic. There's a lot of toxicity. And I cannot agree with KD more. KD got his ass sent home. LeBron got sent home. Steph's home. It's just time, man. I think that if out of any of the old heads, I think that, the Golden State Warriors, man, they may have a little bit of a run in them. If I'm them, I'm picking up the phone to call Kevin Durant, and I'm telling Draymond Green to shut the hell up and don't mess this up, because they don't have a leg to stand on either. But there you guys have it, man. The Lakers have politely been gentlemen swept. And now we can focus on the remainder of the playoffs and LeBron James' excuses and all the Bron sexuals coming to his defense, which I have noticed a lot of people who supported LeBron James seem to be wiping the bullshit out of their eyes and coming to the party of what a GOAT should look like. You know what I mean? Anthony Edwards is displaying what a GOAT should look like. At 22, you forget this kid is just 22 years old, and his presence, he has a grown man body, but I don't even think this kid is fully developed, honestly. I mean, this guy barely has a mustache. So I'm super excited about this guy's career, man. I think that he's going to be the next face of the league for sure. Even Jordan has signed off on a lot of the things, that the similarities at least. So I'm really rooting for this guy. So you guys weigh in with your thoughts, comments, and concerns. Laker Nation, how do you guys feel? Let me know in the comment section. What do you expect next season going forward? Will Darvin Ham still be there? Like always, thank you so much for the love and support. And if you found any value to these videos, I ask you to do me a huge favor. Hit that like button. Keep your boy in these algorithms. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for the love and support. Like always, let me know how you charge the game. Peace.